How are we all going today? It's a beautiful Wednesday, or it's a Thursday today. Actually, I don't even know what day it is. So it's a hot one here in Melbourne. It feels like I'm in Bali. I'm going to keep this as raw as possible. Just let me fix this bad boy up. Awesome stuff. So yeah, we're just going to keep this smashing out. It's going to be a big one today. So this is how to get change. Yeah, this is how you're going to manifest change. So I wanted to keep it as raw as possible. Looks like I'm the naked coach today. But we're going to talk about people want change, but they're not prepared to do what it takes for change, yeah? So what we're going to talk about is, we're going to talk about how you're going to get change and how you're going to make it, how you're going to manifest it in your life. Maddie, Joshua, how are we all doing? It's hot in Melbourne today, so I'm getting ready for Bali. You know, let's do the naked coach, yeah? Let's call it the naked coach. So, firstly, there are too many people walking around that want change, but they do not know how to have it, or they don't want it bad enough. What I find is it's not that people don't want it bad enough, they just don't know how to create change. They like the word or the idea of change, but they don't know how to manifest it. Why they don't know how to manifest it is because the feeling that they're motivated for change is called, it's fear, yeah? So the 4 pillars of change is something that, you know, I've been working on, something that I've really based my life on, and it has had massive change. Firstly, as everyone's getting on, you do not want to be motivated by pain. Yeah, you don't want to be motivated by pain, because if you're motivated for change and it isn't going to motivate you, you aren't going to do whatever it takes to do the change. You might say, oh geez, I want to get out of this position, but because you aren't motivated, you will stop, you'll self-sabotage, and someone will go, okay, here's the answer, and you do everything possible to remove yourself from that. I call it the Donald Duck syndrome. The reason why it's called the Donald Duck syndrome is because people will quack, 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 but when it gets down to the crunch, because you aren't driven or you aren't motivated on the right internal drivers, you won't change. You feel, oh geez, something's different, but because you aren't motivated, or you're not in enough pain, it doesn't need to come to pain. It needs to go, okay, what is my driver? So the 4 pillars of change, get a pen down, yeah? I want everyone to write this down. It's bloody hot today, isn't it? The first pillar, you need to have an awareness. You need to have an awareness that you need to change. Otherwise, you're destroying something in your life. You're not getting somewhere. It doesn't feel right. You need to have awareness that something needs to change. And most likely, you feel it in here, or you feel it in your heart, yeah? That, okay, I need to do something different because it's obviously not working and it doesn't feel right, or I'm not getting my goals. Because the way you feel is a powerful indicator that you deserve better, something's not right. But people will live that life to say, well, I don't feel good, or so on and so forth. Lisa goes, it's freezing in New Zealand. It has been freezing here as well, but today's about 30 degrees. And, in Bali, this is how I roll in Bali. We're going to naked coach today. So, have the awareness that you need to change. And the awareness, most likely, because things aren't feeling right, you're having self-sabotage, you're destroying parts of your, people are leaving, or so on and so forth. It doesn't feel right. Your awareness is the feeling that you need to change, yeah? Firstly, that's one. Number 2, pillar number 2, you need to understand what you need to change. This is the big thing. People have a feeling that they need to change, but they don't understand specifically what they need to change, and more importantly, how to change it. Well, you know what, I don't feel great in my life. Look, I need to lose some weight, or, I don't have money, or I don't have my partner. That is the awareness that something's going on, but what is the understanding? What is the understanding you need to change? Do you need to change this to get to that? That's what people don't understand. That they do, something doesn't feel right, but if you say to them, okay, now tell me, what is your understanding that you need to change? So if you're here and you want to get here, what is that understanding that you need to change to get there? It's not that, well, I'm overweight, I want to lose weight. What it could be is that you're breaking down and understanding that internal motivator, that why do you want to lose weight? Because I don't have self-worth, or I want to have self-confidence, or that self-love. People get caught up with the understanding, and that's why they don't do everything, whatever it takes to get that change. They have an awareness that they need to change, but they don't exactly understand why and how to change. Remember this, write this shit down. It is huge. That's only pillar number 2. Pillar number 3. This is where people get stuck. Pillar number 3. Are you ready? People get stuck in the challenge, in the problem. They stay there. So they know they've got a challenge. They know they need to change something, but they stay in it. Well, I'm overweight. No, you're not. You're on a journey to losing weight. So they stay in that. They associate themselves with the problem. Oh, I'm broke. Oh, no, you're not. That is not, you aren't broke. Hey, Matisse, how you going? What you guys need to understand is, that is just, you aren't your behaviors, you aren't your situation. So you don't say, oh, I'm broke, I'm lonely, I'm overweight. That is a weakened, sustainable identity, which is not you. That is just temporary. People will stay in that. Steve, how you doing, man? So number 3, you need to disassociate yourself from the actual challenge, from the problem. People will sit there and they will go, okay, that's just me, that's who I am. Or, I don't have my body, well, I'm overweight. Well, if you say you're overweight, you're creating that identity and you will be overweight. Or if you're looking at your bank account and you go, I don't have money, I don't have much money, you are creating that identity for yourself. Or if you don't have the partner of your dreams, oh, I'm no good, I'm lonely. No, just that situation or that moment you're lonely, but that isn't you. People stay in that challenge for their whole lives. It is crazy. So that's when number 3, you need to disassociate yourself. You are on a journey of having the body of your dreams, having that health, having that conviction. You are on a journey to abundance. You are on a journey to greatness. It isn't who you are now. So this is what happens. Your first number 1 pillar. You do not firstly have the right awareness, so you don't know what to change. Number 2, you don't understand exactly what you need to change, how to change it, and for what reason, why to change it. The internal drivers to change aren't strong enough, or they aren't connected or compatible or aligned to you. So that's why people will stop. They will self-sabotage. They won't make the change. They won't do something different to get a different result. Yeah? Focusing on the problem continuously. That's what it's about. Kylie from Canberra, how you doing? So you need to understand that, firstly, number 1, the awareness. Number 2, understand what you need to change. Number 3, what kills everyone. You need to disassociate yourself from the problem. Remove yourself. That is the challenge. I'm not overweight. I'm not broke. I'm not lonely. I'm not tired. I'm not depressed. No, that is just a behavior. You aren't your behaviors. And because your internal drivers aren't strong enough, what happens is, because you aren't driven, that's where it will take you. You aren't driven enough, so you aren't going to get the result. Cam smashed out a second workout. Awesome stuff. Love you, man. We'll speak a bit later. So this is what it's about. This is what it's about. People wanting to change, but because they're not understanding it, they do not know how to be able to move forward. So then they will crash and burn and they won't be able to move forward, so on and so forth. Now, number 4. So you've got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. People need, when they need to change, they think, okay, I done it one day, I've changed. And then they stop and they go back to their old conditioning. Or they'll do it one day and they'll take their foot off and they'll do it another day. And they'll do so on and so forth, yeah? The problem with that is you need to do it again and do it again. What is that called? That is called reconditioning. You need to recondition yourself so you unwind the old programming and you condition and program the new programming in. Makes sense? You can't go, okay, well, I'm depressed today, so I'm just going to stay down. Like, no, you need to keep going over and over. You need to reprogram it. If you need to change, then do you think doing it once is going to change you? No. Do you think doing it twice? No. You need to recondition yourself, and it's different for everybody to get that change. That's if someone is, low confidence. Yeah, when I first started my journey, when I first started my, being a mentor and a contribution, a coach, whatever you want to call it, a thought leader, that I couldn't speak. And it wasn't because I couldn't, it was because that was me choosing not to. It was my self-sabotage pattern. There was something that was going on here and there. So where that comes from is that you have to recondition your old programming so then you can be the person to show up, be the identity and the character you need to be to manifest your dreams and your goals. So that is what it's about. You need to understand. You need to have the awareness. What's going on? What do I need to change? Number 2, understand what you need to change. If you need to come from here to there, then you need to understand exactly what is the strategies for you to change. What is the strategy? What is the story? And what is the state that I have to be in? The triple S to success, or the triple S, as some guys say, to some sex. Works the same. So Number 3, you need to disassociate yourself from the challenge, from the program. Don't keep yourself in there, because you'll become that. What you focus on, you become. What you focus on expands. So don't keep yourself in that. When you're down, get consistent on the effort and yield results. Yes, but you need to have the strategies. Yes, that sounds good, but you need to break down the strategies. You need to know 1, 2, 3, and 4, and recondition. See, a lot of the teachings that I do as well, of the subconscious change work, is called neuro-linguistics programming. Programming means once. I like to call it neuro-linguistics conditioning, because you are constantly doing it, because you can't program it once and you'll have change. You need to do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again until it becomes habitual. And because everyone is different and you want to do it so it's going to stick. Yeah? Making sense? It is hot in Melbourne today. I tell you, it is hot. I think I'm sweating. I think I'm in Bali. So you need to make sure that this is what happens. This is just a guide, yeah? This is just a guide for everyone to understand that, okay, all right, number 1 is my awareness. Number 2 is understanding. Number 3, disassociate. Number 4 is the most important, is condition. Do it over and over again until you get a different result. This is what happens, people. A lot of people will come into my environment. They will come into Steve's environment. They'll come into all the other leaders' environments. I was having a call with Steve, and they want help. And they're reaching out for help. And they're saying, hey, look, Lee, I want a difference. I want change. I need this. They tell me about all their problems. Where do you think they are? They're stuck in number 3. They are associated with their problems that hard that when you say, okay, it's time to recondition, come with us. We will recondition you so you get out of your problem, so you can unwind that old programming. What do you think happens? Because they don't understand, number 2, that they need to do this, they don't understand what the real drivers are for them to change. They don't have the awareness, number 1, that they need to change. And if they don't go to number 4 and keep reprogramming and reconditioning, that they're going to fall back to old ways, or they're not going to get a result. Simple. Or their self-sabotage pattern will kick in. I don't have time. I don't have money. One thing I'll say to you guys, well, you're wasting my time getting on the phone and me spending an hour with you and you're telling me about all your problems, but you're not choosing and understanding what you need to change. Do you think that's fair for yourself, the universe, and more important, the people that are showing up saying, hey, I've got a better way for you. Let's get on this, so on and so forth. People are so associated, number 3, with their problems that it's in their, it's like they become addicted to it. It's like a drug. They don't want the drug, but they're addicted to it and they keep going for it. So what I say, people, stop with the Donald Duck. You can talk about your problems. You can waste people's time about the problems. You can get on posts. You can get on live streams. You can do all this stuff. But number 4, you need to be in an accountability. You need to be in a program, and you need to keep changing. You need to keep moving forward. And this is the great thing. Why I'm so passionate about this. Who do you think used to fuck up? Me. That, oh, okay, I'll just do it once and I'm healed. No, you need to be reconditioned. You think that you're going to go to the gym, oh, just on, a couple push-ups and that, I've got the body of my dreams. No, you need to keep working on it. You need to keep training. You need to keep reconditioning and building that. It takes time. But what happens is people will do it the poor man's education. Yeah? People will do it the poor man's education, and they will try to, I'll take in this information and I'll take in that information, I'll take some notes and I'll take 3 information, and they go back and do fuck all with it. Because the reason why they go and do fuck all with it, because their understanding of how to change and how to do it isn't right. They're not experts in this field. They aren't. So you're not going to get somebody to, so just say you wanted to be a fighter. Quentin's just gone, he's a kickboxer. Just say you wanted to get a fighter. You're not going to go, well, I'm going to go in the ring, I'm going to throw a couple, No, hold on a second. You go and be with someone, you go and train with someone, you model someone that's been there and done that. Yeah? That's what it's about. They don't understand that you need to recondition that, but you just don't go there and do a bit of pad work and then you learn straight away. You need to get in there and keep reconditioning. So people that are reaching out to us, I get thousands of messages. We're on calls today. We've just been completely burnt out. Steve's on calls. I'm on calls. All the brothers on calls. And they're saying, okay, what's your services? What do you do? Guys, you know that you're on our live streams. You're doing our stuff. So there must be something that's going on, because what that's showing me is that you're seeing the value, you're connecting, you're in the environment, but you aren't willing to understand what you need to change. We are showing you that, but you need to remove yourself, stop talking about your problems, stop talking about what you don't have, start focusing on what you want, and then recondition that all day. Don't just do it once. Okay, I'm good now, but I'm going to change myself because someone's left me. Or I'm going to change myself because I'm overweight. Oh, I'm going to change myself because I'm broke and I'm stressed out feeling pain. No, you fucking do it every day. This is the difference, people. If you want to keep walking around with a false facade, if you want to keep walking around making it up, because what I hear out of people's voices and drives me crazy since I've come back to Australia is problem. What I don't have, scarcity, negativity. How the F are you going to get what you want if you keep focusing on the problem? Is it changing anything? It doesn't change shit. What it does change is take your focus away from what you want and puts it into what you can't have. Because you are focusing on the negative. It's not changing the solution. So people that are reaching out, people that are, that want change, you need to do something. So fucking stop wasting your time. Stop wasting the world's time. Stop wasting the time of others and do something different. If you don't like your shitty job, then stop staying there and start having an exit plan. If you don't like your toxic relationship, then you don't need to be in that. If you don't like where you live, then start an exit plan. You can have everything you want in your life, but you have to make the change. You can't keep staying in that. And it drives me crazy because people will be in that much pain over and over again. Life will get hard. It will keep giving it to them. And then what do you think happens? They do something stupid. They take their lives. Since I've been in Melbourne, you know how many of my friends or my old people that I used to associate with have committed suicide? Because they're around people that don't know how to change, that don't know how to help them. They're around negativity. They're around negative people talking about problem. And it is a recipe for fucking disaster. And this is everywhere, especially right here in Melbourne. It is especially right here in Melbourne. And it's sad because it can rub off on you. I know a lot of this stuff because I've been down. So I know how to deflect it. But people that don't know this stuff, man, you've got a hard time. Do you know what I'm saying? Matty goes, check out all the other guys who's done the jump. Reach out to the guys that have been through the retreat and have got their results. And that's the place until the beast. And there you go, Matty. Like when me and Matty, this absolute champion, you have to check him out. He's saving single dads' lives. He's saving people that have gone through breakups because he's gone through that himself. And we didn't know each other from a bar of soap. And I'm in Queenstown in the hot tub. Yeah, everyone remember that? And I'm on the phone. And he's like, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. What's this going on? And I'm like, well, you have to come. Like, let's not just talk about it. You have to take the leap. You have to understand what we do. I'm not just doing this to, hey, come in our environment. No, we don't need that. There's so many people that we turn down. There's so many people that we say no to because they don't make a match. We need the right people in our environment. We don't want it to be a brothel and a mixed bag of lollies. You need the right people in there. So that's what you need to understand, people. You need the right people in there because they will be able to lead you into the greater existence. Then, I tell you this, it's taking that step. It is scary, but once you take that step, and this is the great thing about it, you can move forward. You can take that step. You can take that plunge. And what happens is when you learn that strategy of breaking out of that self-sabotage and not holding back to that scarcity, because what you're saying to the world when you don't want to part with energy, which we call currency, is you do not love yourself enough to take that next step. You want this change. You're good at talking, car salesman, quack, but you aren't wanting that, oh, let's just stay here. Let's be single. Let's have resistance, so on and so forth. Let's do all this other stuff, yeah? What happens is, are you okay with that? Because what people don't understand is that they want this change, they think they want change, but they don't understand what they need to do to change. But when they have someone in their life saying, hey, I've been there, I can show you what you need to change, but then what do? You keep focusing, you're associated with the problem so hard that you can't get yourself out of it. Another thing is that you need to be, people go, okay, you know what, I'm going to watch your live streams, leave, or I'm going to go through, podcasts or read a book. That's fantastic. But do you think once or twice or 3 times applying it's going to change anything? No. And even if you do apply it 100 times, are you applying it the best way that you know you're going to get the result? You have to sacrifice something of importance for something better. Exactly right, Damo. Exactly. So that's what it's about. You need to sacrifice to get forward. And I'll tell Damo as well. I said, bro, where you're at now, there's a better option. Like I'm telling you, man, you're going to be like at the moment you're crawling towards your goals, you could be sprinting. Like I don't tell everyone to say, come and do this and do that. Like it's about, there's a lot of people that we don't want in our environment. There's a lot of people that won't get a result, but what we're saying is we've been there. It's not a textbook. I'm not a textbook coach. or a mentor. I've been down and out. I've been rock bottom. I have fucking lost everything. Everyone knows now I'm going through a breakup. I broke up with my fiance, yeah? Not because I don't know the skills and that. It's because I don't want the relationship anymore. People go, but what do you, Lee? You've got all these skills, but it's different. Do you want the relationship or you don't? No. So that's what you need to understand, people. It's about, some people go, but hold on a second. You know, you talk about polarity. You got all this mindset, and you know you've even coached, a couples retreat, power couples. But now, how come you're not with your partner? People grow, values change. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. And like Cam goes, you go real good. So you need to understand, people, that you need to, like, that's what it's about. Do you want that or not? I understood that I didn't want that. I understood there was change. I had the awareness. I understood what I needed to do. I disassociated myself from the situation. And then you constantly, it does hurt, but you constantly recondition yourself to be a better identity, be a different identity, be the identity in the character that you need to become to manifest your dreams and your goals. Yeah? And that's what it's about. So people that are reaching out, people that are getting on calls, people that are sending messages, you obviously say, look, I need help. I need help. That's how I take it on. Exactly, Matisse. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So you're reaching out saying, I need help. Then you need to let the person, the expert that has been there, help you. You need to let that person be able to change your life. If you want to keep going around in circles, then you know what I say to you? Stop fucking complaining about it, then stay in your pain. Stop wasting people's time. If you don't want it bad enough, then stop talking about it. Stop getting on live streams. Stop doing that because you don't want it bad enough. Stop reading a book because that's pretending. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your energy. You're wasting the universe's time. Or shut up, total domination, get on with it and start changing your life because you're better than that. You deserve it. Yeah. And when people are giving you advice and they've been there, it's not because they want your money. Some people are like that, but you know when people want a better existence for you, you know that they want to help you out. But you see these people that are experts about nothing. And then when they come to a point when someone is the expert, they will choose not to listen. That is called ego. That is called self-sabotage. That is called not understanding the 4 pillars of change, of having awareness, understanding what you need to change, removing yourself from the situation or the problem, and doing it over again. Number 4 is the biggest one, why you need a coach or why you need to be in the system. It is because, honestly, after the retreats, after the 6 days, where the change happens is after those days. Where the magic happens is the conditioning. Is me constantly kicking their ass? Is my coach kicking my ass? His coach kicking his ass? The other people around me kicking my ass? That's why you need to be in the right environment. If you've got energy vampires, if you've got people that are in a low vibration, then how are they going to lead you? They're going to drag you down because you're looking down. Yeah? How are they going to lead you? They're not. But if you're looking up and you're striving, they're chasing, they're throwing the carrot there, that's what you need to be in, because they're going to show you. You're going to be, hey, wait for me, I'm coming. So you're constantly pushing yourself. But this is what I say. Most people aren't very happy in their lives. They don't feel accomplished. You'll never arrive, don't get me wrong. But what you need to understand, people, you need to drop your ego. You need to drop the self-sabotage. You need to reach out because there is no time. You need to have that change. Make change work for you. Change is flow. Most people don't have the flow because they hold on to it. I don't want to sacrifice my self-love, what we call money. I don't want to sacrifice my time. I don't have enough. Bullshit, you don't have enough. You can sit there, watch cartoons, or go and do other things. You know what I'm saying? There's so many, this is what people don't understand. You have got time. Well, I can watch TV. There's a difference between your pleasure. If you don't have the results, stop celebrating. Seriously, stop celebrating. That's what I'm saying. People, if you don't have the results or you're going to be too lazy to express yourself, stop talking about it. Because that energy that someone goes to listen to you is a waste of their time. Someone that gets on the phone, it's a waste of their time because you don't really want it. You're lying to everybody. You're lying to yourselves, more importantly. And that time that someone can give you time to help you, or they could give that time to someone that's ready to go. Someone that's knocking on the door going, hey, help me, I'm here. Or that time when someone needs your help because they're about to do something stupid, we gave our time and direction to someone that's, just lying. Well, I want to change my life. No, you don't. I say to everyone, put your hand up if you want to be successful. And the whole room puts their hand up. I'm like, liars. Because if you wanted to be successful, you'd be successful. Because the human spirit, there is that many resources that we can be successful. Why do you think we aren't? Because people are lazy. Because people are afraid. People would like to keep in their comfort zone. They don't want to get uncomfortable. They don't want to get dirty. They don't want to, oh, you know, I might get a cut, or I better not do that. Or they are too afraid how able and capable they are. That's what it's about. They are feared of success because deep down they know they can have it. What about fucking giving it a go? You know, as we talk about the success triangle, the success cycle, you don't need to worry about taking belief and then planning to do something. Just take the jump. Because when you're jumping, that's a result anyway. And then when you've jumped, that is a result. So when you take a result and when you jump and get the result, what do you get? You create a little bit of belief. Take more action. Oh, I got more of a result. You get more belief. So what happens? Belief, action, result. Results, belief, action. So you keep moving it around. But if you sit there and go, nah, I'll just see what happens. I don't want to. I'm going to listen to people that don't know anything. Like you're getting advice from people that aren't successful. Advice from Uncle Bob who's got Centrelink. Or getting advice about mindset and self-development. Someone's a friggin' carpenter. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that carpenters are bad, but hold on a second. We're talking about a different level here. Have you studied that? You know, people that, and I'm like, how can you take advice from people that haven't been there? How can you take advice from people that aren't experts? So Uncle Bob's going to tell you, well, you know what? I've got Centrelink, but I'm going to tell you how to become a millionaire. Really? Well, keep reading the newspaper, keep watching the news, and well done. Why don't you have the results? So people that are reaching out, what I'm going to say to you is enough is enough. Enough of the time wasting. You don't understand. That's the 4 things that are very simple, but yet very powerful 4 pillars of change. Having awareness. People that don't have the awareness, or they do have any awareness because they're in pain, or someone's left them, or they're broke, or they get a letter, or whatever the drama is. Number 2, this is where it's about you not understanding what you need to actually change. You have an awareness what you need to change, but you come in contact with an expert. They say, well, this is what you need to change, and this is how you're going to get there. You're here, you're there. Most people are like, okay, I know that I need to change, but how the F do I do it? Someone tells you what to do. Here's the golden ticket. Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Welcome. Here's the ticket. You ready to come with us? What do you think happens? Because they're number 3, that associated with the problem. No, I don't want to let go of the problem. No. They stay with it. And they make every false facade, every fucking self-sacrifice in the world about that. They stay in it because they keep focusing on it. Oh, I can't do it because I don't have time. I can't do it because I'm overweight. I can't do it because I'm this. It's my color. It's my race. I don't have energy. I'm sick. I've got depression. Depression, yeah? Well done for that one, if you're going to believe it. So, this is what the difference is, people. When you get to number 4, that you need to recondition, that you need to reprogram, that's when you need to be around the people that are going to keep you on the right state, tell you the right story, and they're going to give you the right strategies, yeah? They're going to move you forward. But if you go and read a book, do you think that you're going to be reconditioning the best way and the possible way and the path to least resistance? No way. Why do you think that correspondence, most people, they get a little bit of a result, but they never excel? Because you don't have someone kicking your ass. You don't have someone leading you. You don't have an expert that's been there and tells you what you need to do. So this is why I'm saying to people, you need to reach out. Men, ladies that have got men that are in their feminine, that are about to break up, they've had enough of their relationship. You need to get your man over to the fucking retreat in December. If your man isn't a provider, he's an emotional wreck, and you feel like you're more masculine than him, then you need to get your man over to Bali, December the 6th to the 11th. Get his ass over there now. Get in contact with me or one of the boys. If you're feeling that you've got the pants, if you're feeling that your man is like, oh my God, he's so emotional, and you're running the roost, and you're running the family, and he's working, just getting burnt out, making money, and he doesn't have any stance, he comes and sits down, just drinks beer and watches the TV, well, is that a man that you want? Or do you want a king? Do you want a provider? Do you want someone that can protect you, gets the shit done, throws you over his shoulder, takes you to the bedroom, throws you on your back, and treats you like a princess? Is that the man you want? Because they're the men that we're creating, and that's what it's about to change. You know what I'm saying? Or is your relationship all over the place? He's in his feminine, you're in your masculine. What do you think happens, people? If that man stays in his masculine, the woman stays in her masculine, you're going to clash to a point when he's going to go, you know what? Fucking, I'm not sleeping with a fucking woman that's like a man. I'm not going to have that interaction. I don't want to be with someone that's like a man, that's just too driven, that's not about family. Because remember, at the end of the day, why did you come together? For a relationship. You forget, you do business and you forget relationship. Simple. And that's what's happened because, or they go off, they cheat on someone, they go behind their backs and they go fuck around because they become selfish and they're so goal driven that they go around and do that stuff. It happens. So that's why Beauties and the Beast is there, to be able to bring out that polarity, the balance. Do you think in a relationship or even in a family, you got kids, 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, whatever. If the man's in his feminine and the mum's in a masculine, that fucks the kids up. It is, I call it a milkshake or washing machine of emotions. That you see the kids that's expiring to their dad, and their dad's basically like a woman trapped in a man's body. Or they go to their soft mum, they need that feminine energy, and she's masculine like a man. What do you think that does to the children? They remember that. Do you think that they get those traits? Do you think they pass it on there to their kids, and they pass it on to their kids, and they go like that? Of course they do. Of course, that the woman needs to stand up to be the mum, but then the kids associated with the mum like a father, and then the dad is like, oh, they don't respect him, and he's like a man. Do you think that they're going to respect the dad? Do you know what I'm saying? That energy, they go look for the mum for the soft, the passionate, the loving, the caring, the nurturing feminine, and she's like, rah, 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 rah. And then the dad, they're like, Dad, I need support, I need my ass kicked, Dad, need that. How do you think that family's going to turn out? Not too good. Not too good. And that's exactly what it's about. That's about change. That's about having polarity. That's about what we're doing here, people, because the biggest thing that is on everyone's lips now is breakup, divorce, and fucking betrayal. It's everywhere. Everywhere. And people wanting change, they're not liking their jobs, they're not liking their bodies, they're not liking their journeys, or they don't even have a purpose. And what are you choosing to do? Stay in number 3. Stay in the problem. You're good at talking about it. When you talk about it, what are you doing? You're focusing on it. When you're focusing on it, you're expanding it. So you guys are doing everything to fucking destroy your lives. You're talking yourself out of existence instead of in it. You're focusing on what's going to destroy you. My God. Do you know what I mean? We have got an issue here. We've got a serious issue here, people. Couldn't go as honestly they were my parents. And that's exactly right, bro. There's a lot of people like that. A lot of people like that. So you know what I say? What are we going to do about it? Are you just going to listen to live streams all the time and just get free, get free fucking advice and get free content? Or are you going to do something about it? Stop it now before you destroy your families. Change now before you lose someone. Change now before you're looking up at the hospital fucking bed. Do you know what I'm saying? The time is now. Are we just going to sit there and just comment on these live streams or put these posts up and these fake things and say, well, I've done a great thing today? Or like Maddie said, men, get your ass over to the December retreat. Quinton's going to be there as well. He's from Canada. He's a champion kickboxer. Get your ass over to the retreat and do something different. And you know what? You don't get a result, we'll give you your money back or whatever. That's what it's about. They say, there he goes, I'll see you in December. This is not a selling technique. This is not to do that. This is to say, you know what? We've created something for you to step into. So women, if you're unhappy in your relationship, if your man is more feminine than you, if he wears a dress and you got the pants, then that's what it's about. It's unleashing the masculine potential, because the world is in a fucking turmoil of unbalancement, of polarity. You see all these women, these business women running around, making all this money, doing all this shit. And at the end of the day, they are masculine as fuck, but they're chasing that because they don't have any self-love. And you got all these men, my wife cheated on me. We don't have sex. I feel sorry for myself. I don't want to go to the gym. Really? Who can be attracted to that? Who can be attracted? I call them slugs. Who can be attracted to a woman that has a bigger bulge than a man because she's just, money, greed, look at me, significance? Really? So people, what I'm going to say to you is there is a massive shift. Cameron goes, that's it, time to hit the next level, man. You left the list, and check out Cameron Stewart. He's got a very similar story. From being down and out, from being at the top and saying, well, you know what, the top's not giving my purpose. And that's what it's about. Don't chase your fucking paycheck, chase your purpose. So that's what it's about, people. I'm not going to sit here for how long it's been, half an hour, sweating, very hot here in Melbourne. What I'm going to say to you, when are you going to make a change? When are you going to make a change? I didn't know Cameron from a bar of soap. He's been watching our stuff and he feels it. We've only been working for a week, and what a change he's got. The people that are standing up for that, this is called the ripple effect. He has to be something different to make a difference in the world. I have to always show up different to make a difference in the world. Matthew Greer has to show up a difference to make a fucking ripple in his beautiful kid's world, in his mother's world. He's got an empire. He runs one of the biggest security companies in Perth. He has to show up different to make a change. You can't expect to fucking change the world if you stay the same. You can't. So stop talking your crap. Stop quack, 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 and get on with it. Because the weak and the people that need you are waiting, yeah? That's what it's about, people. You need to be able to understand that you can't want something if you be the same. I just don't understand it. Like, well, people, they want to stay in the same spot, but they want something else in their life. If you want to be a ripple effect in your family's life, in people that come into your life, you can't stay that same person. You can't be who you were yesterday if you want something different today. And you can't be who you want to be tomorrow if you want to be that person today. If you want something different in your life, then you don't just change a little bit. You change fucking dramatically. And that's what I had to be 5 years ago, of fucking being lost, not knowing where I wanted to go, not being a person of contribution. I'm like, okay, then how am I going to change? How am I going to move forward? I don't just change a little bit. I change drastically every fucking day. And I show up for people. Even it doesn't matter, I've got fucking a roof of pressure on my head and so many fucking things happening, and you're worrying about this and that because you care for other people. You need to show up. You need to get on with it. You might get knocked down. You get up, dust yourself off and say, okay, what's next? But what's important is you need the right people around you. You need the right support cast. And most importantly, you need to lay all the cards on the table. You need to be a person of, well, I'm just going to hold on to this and I'll let it build up. And before you know it, you've got this massive mound. So that's what I say. You know, I don't know what else I need to say as a person, as a leader, you know, as a person of contribution that's been down the beat, you know, that's back here again, to make you people want to say enough is enough. Because if you want to be a change in this world, then it has to start from you. If you want to bring up amazing children and have, you know, a legacy and, you know, amazing husband or amazing wife, whatever you're into, then you have to be that catalyst of change. It all has to start from you. And men, you know what? Why do you think fucking women are they're getting into their power states and they're wearing their pants? Because there's no fucking real men out there. Every man's either a fucking sleaze, or he's a liar, or he's feminine. That's not fucking attractive for women. So why do you think? Unfortunately, but fortunately, we're fucking so successful and busy because we're creating kings. Because there are so many men, and there's that massive polarity shift. Remember, we are men and women. We don't need. Yes, we're going to change in you know, back and forth in that energy. But what you need to understand that, you know, when you're in a relationship, what does relationship mean? Relationship means, well, let's just stay 100% in the business and you can do whatever and let's be apart. A relationship is a relationship. Bring back fucking respect to if you are. If you're single, then that's different. Then it's only you. You know what I'm saying, people? So when I talk about change, when I talk about you need to make a difference, is that you firstly, number one, you need to have awareness what's going on. You normally have awareness because you get pain in your life. Number two, this is where the big problem is. People don't understand what they need to change. They don't know. They like, okay, guys, you need to change this understanding. Well, I have awareness. It doesn't feel good, but I don't understand what I need to change. And that's why people will stop. That's why people aren't driven enough. That's why people will self-sabotage, make excuses, lie. Well, I'm just going to talk about my problem, which leads you into number three, and they're associated that hard in their problem that they love it. Oh, I like the pain. I'm going to hold on to this problem because that keeps me comfortable, you know? Or life's not too bad now. I'm just going to go back down into my little dungeon and stay here. But then life will give you a slap across the face. Oh, geez, I need to change. Then number four is when you need, what was that? Stuck in the eye. And that's exactly right, Matisse. And this is the key here. This is the key. You need someone to recondition you. And that's why I'm sick and tired of people doing the poor man's education, not loving themselves enough. Oh, you know what? I'll just read a book, or I'll read a podcast, or I'll get on a live stream. Yes, you can get information from this, but it's that reconditioning. It's a constant reconditioning or reprogramming where you're going to get the results. You need to keep going. You need to have someone that's got the right energy. You have to have someone that's got the right drive, that's been there, done it, not a textbook warrior. Not someone that's, well, I've had a silver spoon in my mouth, that's going to stand up, well, you know, life's been pretty hard for me. I've gone for university and, you know, I got picked on a couple times. And really, that's not coming from the streets. That's not coming from fucking you being down and out. They're the people that you need to listen to. The people that have actually really been there, that it takes up here. They know how the struggle. They know the pain. They understand that. And that's what keeps them going. That's what keeps them driving. That's what keeps them showing up the best version of themselves. So I'm going to quit this kick-ass session because I want everyone to send this to people that need change. And all you women that have feminine as F men out there, what I want you to do is you need to get your man, kick him up in the ass and get him over to the retreats in December. Or if you want to come as a couple, we've got one in March, the Beauties and the Beast. Ladies, are you in your masculine? You're not liking that. You want to be soft and subtle. You want to bring back that sexiness, yeah? Bring that sexy back. Then get your ass over to March, yeah? And that's what we're doing. We're bringing back that sexy because at the moment, there's no sexy, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Matisse goes, if you're not grateful for what you have, you won't grow. And that's exactly right. Be grateful for who you are. Be grateful that you got air in your lungs. Be grateful you got blood pumping in your body. And you actually are talking. And you can scream at a screen for 36 minutes. So I'm sweating. You can't tell. But I'm the naked coach today. As I always say, you could be anywhere in the world right now, but you're here with me, the naked coach. I'm not really naked. If I stand up, I've got shorts on. So just want to send you my love, everybody. Thank you for getting on. I'm Lee Bunyan, the CEO of Team Beast Mode International. Do whatever it takes. The messenger of strength and the truth. Rocking this kick-ass session in Melbourne. Sweaty, hot. I'm going to go and, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I know what I'm going to do now. I've got a coaching call. So if you want to have change, you need to understand how to change. Then you need someone to kick your ass, to recondition you, to recondition you, to recondition you, recondition you, recondition you, recondition you. Stop talking about your problems and talk about what you want. Disassociate yourself from where you are. Disassociate yourself from the problems and focus on what you want, not what you don't have. Okay? Have an awesome day from everyone around the world, from everyone that, you know, wherever you guys are, wherever you ladies are. Thank you for your support. Share this with people that need a kick in the ass. Share this with any feminine men. Share this with any masculine women. We need to bring harmony, peace, and balance back to the world. Total domination. Rock it out. I was about to say have a wonderful Wednesday. I don't even know what date it is. It's actually Thursday. Take care, and I'll speak to you guys soon.